Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Natanas Likens, and today we are in Empyrion Galactic Survival. And yes, I have my camera turned on. We are over here on the right side of the screen instead of the left side, like I do for streaming. I just decided that I wanted to have my face on there. But welcome to my creative world where I work and build ships in Empyrean. This is important because it always kind of helps me get ideas for my Minecraft series as far as, if I make a ship or if I'm making a new ship. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So I've been kind of messing around with things, and right now I'm working on a battle cruiser, and I kind of wanted to show it a little bit, and then we're gonna go off and we're going to try and use it to fight some stuff. It was recommended to me by Artemis Rogue, who is a absolute behemoth in battle cruiser making. Uh, to go off and fight some things before I get a finished design. And then also, Golden Finch had also suggested that I go off and fight some things. So we're gonna do that at some point. But first, let's show what it is I've been working on. And that is the wrong key. We are doing this like flat out live. So this is what I've been working on right here. Ignore all the other ships around. A good chunk of these are mine. A good chunk of these are not mine. That's the Ventress. That belongs to the YouTuber Spange. This is, I don't know what that is. That's a couple of ships over there. One belongs to Spange, one belongs to somebody else. And then you've got, correction, that is that is a pre-generated ship that I made and took and I reconfigured it to be something usable for vanilla. I brought it out here just to look at the shapes and everything. And then these three are ships. They're SVs that I designed. If you don't know what an SV means, we have small vehicles, we have hover vehicles, and we have capital vessels. So it's HV, SV, and CV, respectively. But yeah, there's a few ships around here and even a little dinky little repair base thing that I made that you might see in the background. So first off, let's look at the nose shape here. So we got kind of this hammerhead kind of shape. I'm not really sure about the laser turrets up here. We have 10 of them total. You can see 5 of them here. If we go down, you can see that there is another 5 down here. I'm not entirely sure that that is necessary for what we are trying to do here. And it is important to also note that there are two main classes of weapons. You have kinetic weapons, and then you have laser weapons. There are huge differences there, but the important thing to know is that laser weapons deplete the shields, and kinetic weapons deplete plate armor or outer blocks and all. So right now I'm thinking that we need all of these to automatically take out the shielding, and then we have a whole bunch of cannons back there, if you can see those. And these are what we are going to use to blow out pieces of the hull so that we can get at the core. If you don't know much about Empyrion, don't worry about it. We'll go over a few things as I go along. So first things first, this whole nose area here is mostly decoys, and it is not completely full. We got a little bit of a problem with the thrust, so I'm gonna have to figure that out and maybe reconfigure things. This is not finished. I do want to point that out. One thing that was suggested to me is with these decoy weapons to have them facing in a different direction. That way they don't appear on your hotbar when you are there in the pilot's chair and you're like flying the ship. So we got 2 decoy laser cannons right in these slots here. That's about the only places I can fit them. And then we have a few decoy generators. These are the small generators, even though it says large. These are the small ones. So we got some small ones there, and I believe there's another one. Yeah, there's another set right in here, which is right. See, there's that one, and then there's these 2 here. So yeah, we do have a few decoys there. I'm still working on a little bit of the shaping, so you bear with me on the shaping. This is highly subject to change. I just felt like getting on here, recording it, and then we're going to go fly off, test it, see where the damage happens, and then adjust accordingly. I am still a little bit worried about the speed of the ship. It seems fine. We're in the clear on a lot of the stats, but it feels sluggish flying it. So back here we got the nacelles. Let me turn my light on. We do have these up thrusters kind of exposed. It's important that you have more up thrust than you do down thrust, simply for high gravity planets. I don't know why those blocks are different. Did I use the wrong things? So that's combat still. This is hardened still. Yeah, I used the wrong blocks there. And I'm just now noticing that. We're not going to worry about that just yet. I may change those out before we go up and fight things, but you guys won't see that. Yeah, so we got these kind of nacelle looking things here that were on the side. This is also based off of a ship that I was looking at. I believe the ship was from Starfield that I was basing this off of. We got kind of an ugly box shape here. Like I said, I'm still adjusting things, and we'll worry about the shape at a little bit later date. I do need to really work on my shaping. So that's the main bridge right there, and then you got basically the same thing on the other side with the thrusters there. All these little things here, those are containers, container extensions that just dictates how much the ship can hold. This ship is not really meant to be a hauler. However, I did put a lot of storage in here just in case you do take damage and you got storage for parts that you need to replace parts of the ship. It's just something I did. And then if we go, we're going to go down here first. I have to fly through the ship. I don't actually have a way into the ship just yet. I haven't put any kind of entrance down here. We do have an entrance that goes straight into the... You know what? Let's start from there. We have an entrance that goes straight into the ship from the top. So we're going to start here. And I did install a gravity generator, so we do have gravity here. If you didn't notice, the warp drive is right there, and somewhere below us, right in this general area, is also the pentaxid tank. Pentaxid tanks, for those that don't know, that is what fuels the warp drive so that you can warp between planets, you can warp between star systems and such. So that is where that's at. And we kind of skipped over that. Let's go over here and look. The actual core of the ship is up here. And the reason I've got the core up here is if the core gets destroyed, they usually leave the ship alone, leaving all the more expensive parts completely intact. And the idea is that this and all the decoys up here should be what goes first before any of the juicy inner bits do. Again, we got the warp core right here. I was trying to find a sneaky spot to put it, and I thought, hey, why don't I just put it in this area here? This is pretty much nothing, so we can just stick that in there. So yeah, let's start here. We're going to go in here. I have not completely decorated it yet. We are still kind of planning things out right now. So right here we got our control center, or our pilot seat. And then down here, down these stairs here, you can see right through there and through that door is the shield generator. This only has a stock shield generator in it at the moment. There is there's some holes in places where you could potentially put some shield upgrades. I haven't done that because our CPU is a little bit high. We are sitting at a core what is that? 6. We're sitting at core 7 at the moment, so it is a little bit expensive on the CPU. Again, here's our pentaxid tank. I don't really have a way in there at the moment. It's just kind of like this open area. Again, I'm still working on decorations and everything. And as I said, the shield generator is right here. You can access the container controls right here. They're both on the sides. That is not actually where I meant for you to be able to access them. It's actually on the other side through these little windows here, which is something to worry about too. Okay, so down here, you notice that we don't have a whole lot. We don't have uh, living facilities. We don't have bathrooms set up. We don't have any of the medical supplies set up. Again, I am still working on that. We're trying to figure out where everything is going to go and how it's going to fit in here. This hallway is empty. I'm thinking I may put a boarding ramp right here in the middle somewhere, and that will be how you actually get inside the ship. Then up here we have engineering side 1, I'm going to call it for now. This is where our 3 generators are at. I have not actually tested 3 generators are enough. We do have the small ones up front, but I do need to test to make sure that is enough. I snuck in the gravity generator right here. It's not exactly central, but so far I haven't noticed any issues with it not being central. If you're not aware, if your gravity generator is off to the side or not in a central location, it can cause problems for your ship. And then up here we have the ammo control. I've already shoved as much ammo in this thing as I think we'll need. I don't know if that's going to be enough cannon shells, but that should be more than enough laser ammo for the laser turrets. Laser turrets are probably going to be firing a lot more than the cannons, so that should be enough for testing purposes. Over here, we have another engineering section. This is actually, you can't see them. You can see that one. That is one of our main fuel tanks. The other one is back there. You can see it right through there. And then we have a deconstructor here and a constructor right there. And the reason I put those in there, even though it's technically not necessary in a battle cruiser, is because you are going to be taking out ships and then collecting their goodies. So I figured you're going to need a way to deconstruct things as you need and construct new parts as you need as well. I did have a couple of small constructors in here, but it was eating up the CPU really badly. So I didn't actually leave those here. I took those out. It cleared up the CPU issue. Now, unfortunately, we do have the oxygen and the fuel tanks right here. Hopefully, that's not going to be an issue if both of those get blown up. I don't really know. We'll have to see. And then, like I said, we got empty spaces in some areas, and apparently I forgot to fill this section in with blocks. Important to note, if you're not familiar too, because I keep bringing this up for anybody that doesn't know Empyrion, the gray blocks here, these are steel blocks. These black blocks are carbon blocks, so these weigh about half the amount as the steel. And then these here are combat, and these are hardened steel. So the weights are important because they get heavier the tougher blocks you put in place. I do need to change these around. I'll probably, like I said, I'm gonna fix that before we get underway and show like us actually fighting something in this ship. I still don't really know where I need to put everything because I still need to put the I need to figure out where I'm going to put like the bathroom, the shower, and all the medical stuff. It's something I did not think about with what space I have left. I do have some room here. I could potentially sneak in like a medical section right in here somewhere. It might be really, really tight fitting though. I may have to put everything along that wall, and I don't think there's enough space. I think, yeah, there's only 5 spaces there, so I'll be able to sneak in all the medical equipment. I don't know about the bathroom and the shower. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. There's potential I could also sneak in the medical stuff around here. Kind of fill this area in a little bit. So yeah, that's the ship that we got going on for now. Oh, before we switch over to fighting something, let's just kind of demonstrate the mobility of this thing. And I need to be able to see this. That I've got a little figurine that is in the way of part of the screen. Yeah, I'm not worried about those. Those are not real weapons. I don't have. That. Okay, that's too much. So yeah, there we go. We got the pentaxid in there. Uh, so we will. I'll go. I'm gonna go and do a few more things, and then I'll come back, and we will go and test this thing. All right. So we got our ship, and we're in space. I don't know exactly where we're at. I've set this to a hard start. I don't know what a hard start actually means in this game, so that's not what I wanted. Okay. There's like nothing here. Well, anyway, there's a couple of Xerax ships around. All I see, though, there's a couple of convoy ships there. Kind of want to go. I had to look over and make sure where my little picture isn't in the way. So I want to try and take on one of these first. I'm going to see how this works. And then hopefully we can take on something a little bit bigger. The CPU on it, we are at a Core 7. So we are a little bit higher than my other ship. I don't know if this is more powerful than my other ship. I would assume that this is actually weaker because it's so slow. But, you know, that's what we do these little tests for, kind of demonstrate what we got going. So other people like to show their build in progress. I want to kind of show, like, testing and everything. Technically, that one's, like, right there. We're headed for this one, though. It's a Cobalt asteroid there. Oh, I'm a horrible pilot. Oh, I can't see anything. I feel like we need some, I feel like we need some lights. So our shields are taking a beating. I don't know how many of our guns are actually shooting at it. So let's come out here. Let our shield come. Get back up, let it recharge. I feel like that was kind of bad, but I'm not exactly a great pilot, and this thing is slow. So I'm assuming this was the one we were attacking. Okay, so our shield is almost up. We probably do need a few more shield pieces in. Alright, shield's up. I also don't know where the core is on this thing. So that's one of the other things we gotta deal with is my lack of game knowledge. Okay, so shields are down, which means we are going to be taking ship damage. Come out a little ways. It should be. Wait for our shields to come back. So I'm not really expecting for a giant fight here against this little convoy vessel. I just want to see how she handles. And so far, my biggest concern is movement. She is slow, but capital vessels aren't really meant to be like super agile unless you're making a small one. This is kind of a big one. It's not exactly huge, but it is big. Again, we're just waiting for our shields to come up. Like I said earlier, I don't actually know where the core is on this thing, so it may take us a minute to like destroy it. And I don't know how many of our forward pieces are firing on it. Like, so I definitely feel like we have destroyed her core. Let's go take a look, see if anything's shooting at us from this. I'm not too worried about her getting attacked at the moment. I don't actually know where your core was, because I imagine we probably decimated the core. We definitely destroyed its engines, so I'm not too worried about the firepower. Yeah, her engines are completely gone. The thrusters are completely gone. I don't see the generators. I think we have successfully destroyed anything that would have been of use. There's an RCS there. Well, there's a couple of RCSs. There's like 2 of them there. Okay. Let's see. How did we do? How did we fare as far as damage? Because I did let the shield drop and take some damage. Just because of the way this thing works. Yeah, I don't think the front took any damage. I did hear some damage come from back here, though. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage right here. All along here, like they hit us in the back hard. I was running away from it. So it did hurt that quite a bit. So, we don't need to be doing that. So let me go off. I'm going to go and find some targets for us, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna repair all this instead of doing that on camera at the same time. It doesn't look like we're getting damage in in the areas that I thought we would. Now, granted, we were running away. I was expecting this giant thing to get more hits than it actually did. Um, the only thing I could think of at the top of my head is push the nacelles back against the main part of the ship a little bit, like back it up a couple of blocks or 2. So yeah, let me go off to a different place, get the ship repaired, and then we'll come back and kind of show what we've got going so far. So let me come back. All right, welcome back. We are in Xerax territory now, and we found a planet here. I don't see much. This has mostly got orbital platforms, but if you see that little red one right there, that one's moving. So we're gonna go see what this is, and attack it and see how this uh, battle cruiser handles whatever this is. Now, obviously, this is not a finished product, but I'm kind of eager to battle test her and then make adjustments before I finish the actual shaping of the vehicle itself, of the capital vessel. So, yeah, I want to test a few things to see if it's actually worthy of fighting anything. Like, is this going to be able to handle any type of major threats? At core 7, that's kind of pushing it a little bit for some things. Like this should, at core 7, it should be able to handle a summit. And that's what I'm really looking for. That's not a summit. Okay. That's just some kind of little fighter. we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go after it and see what happens. This is just going to take us a second to get there, and then once we're done with that, I don't feel like attacking any of the outpost stuff. Outposts should be fairly easy as far as fighting them, but we'll see. Mostly because of the orbital stuff, like all the bases and everything, they don't move. So I don't have to worry about a moving target. I could just let the turrets go at it and then line up my shots and just shoot at it. I do have to watch my shields to make sure that we don't deplete our shields, which so far I've been horrible at. But we'll see what happens. I do apologize, it's taken a while. Even at a top speed of 59, this thing is kind of slow. Which it says we've reached the maximum speed possible in the game, so... Oh, this is a freighter. That's not even worth... It's a freighter. I was expecting something else. Well, we'll try this. Oh man, it is... Okay, it just ate through our shields. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more powerful shielding. And that is a little bit concerning. I don't see any major damage at the moment. The freighter is not coming at us while we wait for the shield. Oops. Oh yeah, it did take out a few blocks there. It's kind of to be expected. This isn't combat steel. It's not even hardened steel right there. That's just normal plate steel. So yeah, it did take some damage there. Is it the only place? That is actually kind of surprising. That is not where I thought we would be taking damage. So maybe this does need to be... This does need to be a slightly higher grade of material on the outer portion of the nacelles. That's surprising. That ate through our shields quick. Like, their range was much, much further than ours. So let's try this again. It is kind of concerning to me that our shields drop so quick. So I feel like we definitely need bigger shields, which does mean we're probably looking at least core 9. As of right now, we are just barely over core 7. I am saying core 7 because we're not over it by much. Literally just remove one food processor and we are at core 7. We're just barely above that. Yeah, see, our shields are gone again. these tests are for. And notice it's got a 73% on there. That's their shielding. We hadn't even gotten through their shielding, apparently. Okay, it does seem like we've taken a major hit somewhere. Yeah, we do seem to be leaking. All right, let me take a quick look at the damage and then. It ain't right through there. So I do think we need a slightly stronger material out there. So we got damages here. We didn't lose any gun turrets, that's good. I gotta change that, I already know that. This whole section got... So we lost... No, we didn't. I was gonna... Oh, no, yeah, we did. There should have been a generator up there, so we did lose... It's, where is it? There is a sneaky generator up here somewhere. I don't remember where it is. There's a generator up here somewhere. So we did lose the Ford. There it is. No, we didn't. Yeah, they're both fine. I do think we lost one. We did lose something. Okay, yeah, we lost one of the weapons. Oh, no, no. We just lost blocks. We just took some major hits there. This was from the first exchange. This is from the second. We did lose a block there. Alright, alright. So I need to find some targets and learn to shoot. We're gonna go fix all this, and we'll come back and try to find something to fight. That freighter is kind of worrying because we weren't getting through their shields, and they were definitely getting through our shields. So yeah, we need to find a Senate and take that on. That freighter's got me worried that this is not going to work. So we got another little thing over here, and then there's another ship over there moving. We've had to travel quite a ways, ironically, to actually find something to potentially fight and test out this battle cruiser. So far, it's not looking good. This is going to be yet another fail, I think. We do have some other issues with the ship in general. We don't have any actual defense like on the backside and the sides and the top and the bottom. All of our damage sources are pretty much directly in front of us, directly forward. Destroyer. So I want to come over here. We're going to go after this thing. And I can actually see it now. And so this is supposed to be a little bitty ship right here. It's not very big. Again, I have no idea how our damage is going to play here. So he's already got us down. Our shields have already dropped below 50%, and his didn't even go to 30. That is honestly not good. Really not good. See, it's at 70%, and it's up to 80, and we didn't even do any, like, actual damage to this thing. There's an Empyrion class destroyer coming. I don't think we've even managed to successfully damage the other ship. This is so slow. I'm trying to face these things. I know, like, certain people, like Artemis Rogue, is really good at building battleships, like battle cruisers and everything. Really good at it. I don't understand how they're doing it, though. Especially at the CPU cost. Oh my gosh, there's this destroyer. Um, let's find out how bad this is going to be. But my weapons haven't even... Oh my god, this is just... Holy shit. That just absolutely destroyed my shielding. Wow. My shields are absolutely wrecked now. I don't even know where the star is. I don't actually know which way the star is. And there's the destroyer. We don't want to go there. Is that the star? Okay, yeah, this is starting to feel like potentially a fail. Why is there a heat signature there? There shouldn't be a heat signature there. Could have sworn. Alright, let's see how bad the damage is. We did destroy quite a bit right through there. There's a few blocks missing. Oh my god. All these edge pieces are damaged. All of them. The thrusters did take some hits. But we did like turn our back to them. I was trying to run, but unfortunately this thing is not exactly fast. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments and then come back. Okay, we got another target here. This is another battle cruiser. I did make a few changes as far as our shielding, which mean we did have to step up the CPU. So we are at CPU 8, I think it is now. Our shields are at like 27,000 something or other. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't memorize the number off the top of my head. We could just go ahead and look at it. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, 27,252. So our shield is going to be a little bit better. I don't know by how much. That last exchange like was just too much. That was just, it didn't make any sense that we lost our shield so quickly. I definitely feel like some values have been changed for Reforged Eden 2. I don't think I needed that much of my like core 3 ship to fight some of these things. And this is a core. Now granted this ship is much bigger, so it needs a lot of thrusters, but alright, here we go. I can see it. I'm not sure how this is gonna work because we're a little bit too big of a ship to do this. Yeah, notice our shield. Okay, and our shield is down. So we're gonna start taking damage here. Yeah, see, we got massive amount of damage there. And their shield still wasn't down. Even with that much higher amount of shielding, we still took quite a bit of damage. Oh, I see some missing blocks there. I think. Yeah, she is coming after us. Yeah, wow. That whole section's blown out. Oh, our command, our bridge is damaged too. And see, that's what I was talking about with our turrets. That thing is now in a position where nothing is targeting it. That thing is getting closer to us. I wanted to get out and take a look at the damage real quick. The only other thing I could potentially think of is we need to drastically reduce some of the size of this thing. Drastically reduce the size. And that would help with our speed. Though speed is kind of a weird thing in this game. So let's take a quick look. Yeah, the freaking glass in front of me is busted. That's busted. Yeah, there is missing blocks here. There's two. Only on the bottom. That's interesting. I did see that this whole section has been blown out. I'm not surprised. Those were kind of thin blocks. I was trying to cut down on weight for speed. We did take another hit there. And we took some damage back here. We're not taking damage in the places I figured we would. Where's the star? I hate it when when the game does that. It's one of those things that is a giant pain in the butt that it won't let you lock on to the local star. So you can see where it is, you can aim at it, and you can just, like, go to it. I don't actually know where it is. I'm guessing it's on the other side of the planet, so once we round the planet, we should be able to see it. But I'm basing that off of where the light is hitting the ship, so I'm thinking it's, like, over there somewhere. Alright, let me get back to the star. We're gonna go and repair again, and then see what we can do from there. So I'm back. Since that last clip, we did manage to take out a Xerax Sunet. Not very easily. So some changes have come along, and we've reconfigured her a little bit. She is now at a stock of a core 9. And a few other changes, like we put some combat steel on there. We changed out some blocks for some heavy steel. And yeah, now if I hit the right button, this is what we're looking at. So the first major change is I've taken all of the turrets off of the bottom. So if we get down here, you can see that the turrets are now off of the bottom section, and they are now all on top. The reason for this is I wasn't 100% sure if I was noticing that the turrets were just not firing. But I feel like because of the size of the nose here, like the nose is about 5 blocks thick. So if I'm not facing at a perfect angle at a ship, all the turrets are not firing all at once. The other thing I did with them is I moved them forward. So they're going to be a little bit more susceptible to damage, but they should all fire. Right now we've got like miniguns here. That's more of a placeholder while I'm thinking if I want to have them all laser or if I want to put in some kinetic weapons of some sort. I'm not entirely sure at the moment. The Gatling guns are just there as a placeholder. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Some of the thrusters have changed. So it got suggested to me with the thrust issue to change out the ion thrusters for Reforged Eden 2's plasma thrusters. So if you see any of these that are blue, those are plasma thrusters, so that we can tell the difference between those and the regular ion thrusters. I don't see it as necessary to replace all of the ion thrusters with plasma, but in some situations it is more beneficial to replace the ion with the plasma, such as the reverse thrusters, big change there. The left and right thrusters, big change, and the down thrusters. So those did get replaced. Now, I have also gone through and done some shaping of the back end here. As you can see right now, this is what we are currently looking at. Unfortunately, because of some of the angles that we are having to deal with, we got kind of a weird little bend right there. There's not a whole lot I could do about that. It just ended up being that. So, yeah, that is what we're looking at right there for now. And then on the back here, you will see that I've put 3 more Gatling turrets. These are more for drone defense than anything, and they probably will stay Gatling turrets. I see no reason for those to be anything else, because like I just said, those are specifically for drone defense. I did notice that I have a major lack of any kind of defense on the backside, which is kind of troublesome for any kind of drones. We do also have the problem that there are no turrets on the bottom to take care of drones that are below us. So hopefully with everything we've got on the top end, we don't have to worry about that. I still would like to have something on the side here. But the way I've got this shaped, this is more of a shield on either side of it than anything. There's a couple of decoys in there that I'm not entirely sure are going to work as decoys. One of the things that I did notice in the battle versus the Sunnit and the Emerants that are over there is this area here was taking a lot of damage. So I didn't put combat steel there, I put hardened steel, so hopefully that can take a little bit more of a hit. I think I do need to surround these weapons here with hardened steel, because they were also taking some major hits. Like, for whatever reason, they were completely skipping by the stuff that is in the front here, and everything was hitting back here, which is why the bridge is now surrounded in hardened steel. I did take quite a bit of damage, and in fact, in one instance, this thruster right here blew up, and this whole section just kind of exploded. The only things that are down here is we got that turret there. We've got some of our shield parts. All of these shield parts did blow up. These are the shield chargers. And then that was it. Surprisingly, this fuel tank did not blow. However, you will notice that there is some hardened steel here to try and protect that. Same thing over here. I just went ahead and put hardened steel around that entire area. Same as this. It is absolutely not necessary though, because there's nothing on that side except for the fuel tanks that NPC ships should be targeting. So this is completely unnecessary as far as how much hardened steel is here. Again, around the 2 fuel tanks, I thought that was kind of necessary. We can't really see that. You can see some right there. And then there was like 2 blocks there that had it, and that was about it. As far as the back end, I haven't seen much damage to these reverse thrusters yet. So I'm hesitant to put any kind of big, heavy materials back here. As far as this is concerned, this is a shield. We're not too worried about the damage, though we have seen a couple of sections here get absolutely obliterated. But again, that's kind of what it's for, and I don't see a need to put anything thicker here. It may change in the future, it just depends. Right now, what I'm worried about is weight. So our thrust is really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at our thrust now. So as you can see, we are rocking 41 thrusts in every direction. So we got 41 forward thrusts. You can see right here. This is 41 forward thrusts. We got 41 up thrusts. I know the arrow is pointing down. That's just the direction that the thrust is going, but we're pushing up. We got 41 down. Again, this is more for dog fighting than anything. And then 41 strafing, and then 41 going back. So we are able to actually maneuver quite well now. And all of my other previous ships, because they are not designed for combat, I usually don't worry about thrusts in all directions except for forward. Forward is the only one I really care about, and down thrust I never really care about. However, this ship being designed for combat it's kind of necessary for it to have that kind of thrust. I have seen a little bit of the same damage around the warp core and the pentaxic tank, where all of our CPUs are at. Again, we are at core 9 on this, so if we go any further into the CPU, we're going to be looking at quantum cores and everything, and then that becomes a hassle because as of right now, the ship is just not combat worthy at all. Like, it took everything I had just to take out the Senate. Excuse me, I got choked up a little bit there. The thing with the Senate is it shouldn't take this big of a ship to take out a Senate. So the fact that we were barely getting by actually fighting the Senate is a bit ridiculous. So this project, as much as I'm loving it and I love the design of the ship and everything, this project is starting to prove that it is, well, it's not good. It's not good at all. I did reconfigure my RE1 ship for RE2. Let's go ahead and spawn this thing in to get kind of a comparison. So this thing has been reconfigured as well for RE2. That includes changing some weapons, changing out the stock weapons on it, and then getting it up to where it is now. And also, we did change the thrusters on this too. And the thing that I really noticed with this, this was built to take on Sunnets. In RE2, even after upgrading it for RE2 and upgrading its thrusters and everything, it is now incapable of taking out a Sunnet. I have been talking to the creator of RE2, or more correctly, they have been talking to me and saying that nothing has changed. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Vermilion, I'm calling bullshit. Because, like I said, this thing was made to take on Sunnets, and it did its job. And that was at core 3. At core 3, this thing could take on a Sunnet. I'm at core 5 with this thing, and it is now incapable of doing that. Yeah, so that is kind of hilarious to me that he claims none of the damage tables have changed, and yeah, I'm just gonna say bullshit on that right now. For now, we still got a little bit to go. I would like to get her out and test her a little bit more. So in the future, we're probably, depending on how this video ends up going, we'll probably do another one if I get a good reception from everybody. I know a lot of my videos that are not specifically Minecraft have not been getting very many views. I don't know what to say about that. Minecraft is kind of a touchy subject for me at the moment. There may be something in the future related to that. I know I kind of hinted at the idea that I'm going to be building a new ship for my Minecraft series, which also implies that I will be starting my Minecraft series back up. That is kind of a it's kind of a mistell. I do want to continue my Minecraft series. Let's get that straight. I do want to continue my Minecraft series. I do want my YouTube channel to take off because of Minecraft. The problem I am having is absolutely motivation. The lack of response I've seen in 3 years of doing videos and, making content it's really hurt. I am definitely suffering from a lack of confidence as far as my ability to bring content that people want to watch, because apparently nobody wants to watch it. Um, we do. We have the one video where I was horribly singing "Should Have Been a Cowboy" after the death of Toby Keith, and I admit I'm not a singer. That video is still sitting at around 800 views. We hadn't even broke 1,000 on that one. I did have one Minecraft video that broke 1,000 views, but that was it. Nothing else has worked, and we're approaching 300 videos after 3 years. And yeah, I'm demotivated. I am 100% demotivated. I don't care how many videos by Thor I watch. I just don't see this. It's not working like I thought it would. So we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe in the future some things start picking up, and I'll get back my desire to really work on videos and everything. Not to mention the whole losing of my job has kind of hurt a little bit. So that was kind of a good thing, bad thing. That job was definitely in the way of me being able to make videos. And no matter what I did with those people, they would not listen to me. So whatever. Um, yeah, for now, I hope you guys keep watching and leave your comments down in the comment section. And please think about subscribing. I could really use a little pick me up as far as being motivated to keep making content. Um, Again, the whole reason that I wanted to make content, because I have brought it up before, but I want to reiterate this, is because I'm tired of all the content creators out there that are so woke they can't even see straight. And these people they're horrible. And I wanted to offer something different, but it's not working. We're not getting anywhere. We're still. I'm hoping for 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and it's just after 3 years, barely getting 100. I'm out of motivation. I can't stay motivated to do this anymore. Um, I can keep trying making little videos like the little talkie videos, but even those, nobody's watching. I may get 4 or 5 views on that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I hope you really enjoyed me kind of showing off Empyrion and showing off a little bit of my thought process and how I test things, and how I go about designing stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you really did enjoy, please, please, please subscribe and leave your comments down below, because I would love to hear from you. And for now, guys, that's all I got. I'll see you later.